Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into several breathtaking underwater LEGO sets. These builds are all genuine LEGO used in ways you've never seen, and some fan-created builds as well. As always, if you go on to enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like rating and consider subscribing for weekly LEGO videos. Alright, let's jump right in. The LEGO Ideas Treehouse set is an undeniably awesome set in its own right, but one clever user on TikTok took it to the next level. The 3,036-piece set stands at over 14 inches tall and has no shortage of ins and outs for smaller fish to call home. The combination of treetop adventure and deep sea aesthetic really makes this build stand out. I've got to say, my favorite feature is the inclusion of real plants in the leaves and branches of the LEGO tree. Keeping with the at-home aquarium vibe, this next build might not be the most original, but is certainly one of the most iconic. LEGO Set 3818 brings one of my favorite cartoon locations to life. Bikini Bottom from SpongeBob SquarePants is easily one of the most recognizable settings from many people's childhood, so seeing it brought to life in LEGO was a real treat when this set launched back in 2012. And of course, it was only a matter of time before someone did the obvious and built a whole aquarium around it. This setup is home to 6 different fish, but sadly, no jellyfish to keep SpongeBob and Patrick busy. The Silent Mary from the Pirates of the Caribbean is one of the largest LEGO ships ever released, and its shipwrecked appearance is the perfect choice for any fish tank. Well, I mean, any fish tank large enough to hold this 2,220-piece, 26-inch long behemoth of a LEGO set. While this aquarium setup may be a little bare bones for a lot of LEGO fans, the empty sandy bottom matches perfectly with the idea of a long-forgotten pirate ship at the bottom of the sea. This next aquarium build combines two much-beloved sets. LEGO sets 60092 and 60095 are easily two of the most recognizable underwater sets from the LEGO City line, and they combine beautifully here to create an amazing scene of underwater salvage. There's a few interesting details here, most notably the ship that is buried underneath the pebbles at the bottom of the tank. Officially, this set is a deep-sea exploration vessel, so using it as a shipwreck is a great twist. Also, as anyone who's ever played with LEGO in water will tell you, these things tend to float. So the builder here used some fishing line to keep the submarine and the divers from rising to the top, a very clever technique. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is getting me pretty inspired to dust off my old fishbowl and build a tiny brick town for some goldfish. I've been looking into it for a while writing this video up, and it's a lot easier than you may think. The most important things to keep in mind are, number 1, LEGO bricks are non-biodegradable. This means that they are perfectly safe for an aquarium and won't leach any harmful chemicals into the water. Number 2, as I mentioned earlier, LEGO sets also tend to float, so you'll need to make sure that they're held in place. Fishing line or heavy rocks make great choices, but feel free to be creative. And number 3, fish overall aren't very smart. You see, colorful bits of plastic may look a lot like food, so make sure that your build is securely put together to avoid this potential hazard, or just use smaller fish for your aquarium. Also, anything in an aquarium will eventually grow algae, so a few algae-eating fish will make a great addition to any aquarium, LEGO or not. But if all the extra work doesn't appeal to you, maybe some of these next builds will be more up your alley. Taking a bit of a break from real aquariums, the next entry on our list is a totally dry build. However, it's still an aquarium nonetheless. From user McCarlin2 over on Reddit, this aquarium model is home to some truly fearsome creatures. One of the things that I like about this set is how it incorporates elements from the LEGO Friends line, which generally don't get enough love among LEGO fans, and uses them very creatively to add a whimsical atmosphere to the whole build. A few other neat features include the use of the bottle from the LEGO Ship in a Bottle set as the exit of the water slide, as well as the amazing dragon head on top of the same slide. Next up, we've got the smallest but possibly my favorite build on our list today. This one isn't an official set, at least not yet, but it comes to us from MJ Smiley over on LEGO Ideas. This amazingly intricate little build has so much detail that I don't think I have enough time to talk about everything I love here. As you turn the crank on the side, the whole thing comes to life with fish swimming in circles, crabs jumping up and down, and even a little Easter Island head popping up in the background. Sadly, this set was not picked up by LEGO despite getting 10,000 votes on LEGO Ideas, so you'll just have to build this one yourself from scratch if you want to add it to your collection. Going back to the deep blue sea, we've got a couple of builds that have taken things in a bit of a different direction. These two Harry Potter themed fish tanks come to us from a few Reddit users and prove that there is never a bad time for a little magic. This first one uses the LEGO Hogwarts Castle set, though somewhat rearranged to fit the aquarium, in addition to a natural rock formation to resemble the Highland Cliffs of the books. Sadly, the creator didn't provide much information on the fish that are included in this aquarium, but it's safe to assume that they've all eaten their gillyweed. However, the second one is my favorite. LEGO's Quidditch match set number 75956, has always been an amazing set, but by putting it in an aquarium, the fantasy really comes to life. Watch as the fish chase the snitch, and keep an eye out for the bludger. Next up, we've got this incredibly detailed version of underwater city living. User Chef Tony Clerk over on Reddit spent 5 years putting this scene together, and the results speak for themselves. Everywhere you look, you'll find more unique little details to keep you engaged. One of the most impressive accomplishments is how the creator attached these scuba explorers so that they stay hovering in the middle of the tank. Sadly, in the video posted, there's no sign of fish, and the creator did not mention which type, if any, he'll be adding. This next setup is a bit less focused than some of the other builds we've been looking at, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. After all, the whole point of LEGO is to let your imagination run wild. The longer you look at this aquarium, the more you'll notice. We've got Wild Style, Jack Sparrow, and the Joker, just to name a few. There's even a minifigure dressed up in a panda suit costume, which is a hilarious addition. With this many friends, these fish are sure to have a great time. Here is a huge underwater LEGO Atlantis creation by Sea Life. Located at Legoland in Billund, Denmark, this truly epic and interactive exhibit is an absolute must-see for LEGO fans and aquarium lovers alike. More than 385,000 LEGO bricks went into the construction of the display, and visitors can see impressive large-scale versions of some of LEGO's most iconic underwater sets. On display are 4 submarines, 15 divers, and even a giant LEGO skeleton among the rocks. However, the most impressive part is the nearly 15-foot-long submarine. If it looks familiar, that's because this is just a massive version of the LEGO set 776, the Shipwreck, from the old Aqua Raiders theme from 2007. The LEGO Atlantis exhibit is home to more than just some impressive LEGO models though. The aquarium is home to more than 5,000 real creatures, including fish, stingrays, and even sharks. Which underwater LEGO build was your favorite? Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more LEGO content, and click one of the videos on screen now to watch more.